Okay, so this is Mr. Raber again. Convert decimal to a percent. This is our last thing we need to do in converting. So we've done fractions to decimals. We've done percents to fractions. So let's go ahead and try this one. So we're going to convert a decimal to a percent. So let's just finish up the two problems that we did before. So we ended up with 2/10. So we found out that 1/5 is equal to 2/10 as a decimal, or it's also equal to 20/100. So now we're just going to take this 2/10 and we're going to multiply it by 100, right? So any number that I multiply by 100, I'm really just moving that decimal 2 places to the right. So if I start here with 2 and I move it 1, 2 places, that's going to fill up. So that's going to give me 20%. Okay? If I do my 20 times 100, same thing, 0.20, go 1, 2, that's going to equal 20%, right? So let's just do the math to make sure that we understand what's going on here. So 100 times 2/10, 0, 0, 2. We have 1 decimal here to the right, so we move it over 1 place, and that's how we get 0.2. So we just need to move it over 2 places to the right. So let's try our other one that we did, which was 7/8, right? So we did 7/8, and that equaled 0.875. And we're going to multiply that times 100, right? So that's going to be 0.875. We're going to move this 2 places to the right. We end up right here. So we end up with 87.5%. So the decimal's in front here. The decimal's been moved 2 places here. So again, if we just did this math, right, we would end up with 0, 0, 0, placeholder, 0, 0, 0, 2 placeholders, and then 5, 7, 8. You just add up, add up, add up, add up, and add up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I find out that multiplying by 100 is the same as moving that decimal 2 places to the right. So now we've basically converted a percent to a fraction. We've converted a fraction to a decimal, and now we've done a decimal to a percent. So let's just go ahead and put these all together and see what we come up with, right? So let's start with something like, let's start with a percent that's going to be like 42%, right? So 42% becomes, as a fraction, 42 over 100. Now, this is an easy one, right? So this is a division problem. And if we did 42%, so we'll do 42 on the inside and 100 on the outside. So 1, 2, 3. 104, no. 142, no. 104.20, yes. 4, so that's 400. Subtract, you get 2, 0, bring down to 0. So 100 into 200, 2 times, so that's going to be 200. End up with a 0 remainder. So my decimal then is 0.42. Now, the other thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to erase this and simplify, so I know that these can both be divided by 2. So we're going to end up with 21 over 50. So 42% as a fraction is 42 over 100, simplified to 21 over 50, and then 42 over 100 becomes 0.42. So one last thing I want to show you. So we've done this kind of division, right, where we put the 42 here and the 100 out here. So when we're dividing by 100, so let's just take our 42%, right? So here's our decimal. So when we're dividing by 100, we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left, right? So then we end up, that's how we end up with our decimal. You can do the division or you can just move it 2 places to the left. They both mean exactly the same thing. So there we go. Thank you and goodbye.